What's going on, guys? Night Rainbow here with another reaction video. And I'm going to be continuing on with Keepers of Discord. I only have two parts left, but since they're only about 10 minutes long each, I'm just going to go ahead, do both of them in one video and just finish off the series. So, should be interesting now that Discord's free. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this started and see what happens. Start in 3, 2, 1, start.
A burst of will later, and I was miles away, in a cave that was inside of a mountain that hadn't been there just a moment ago. I reached up and turned on the lamp that I called into existence, and then collapsed into a recently materialized chase lounge. And then, feeling a trepidation that was completely foreign to me, I reached out a talon and opened Sonny's letter. "So, it has come to pass," I said as I landed on the side of the brand new mountain that had sprung up in the wilderness. The Draconicus regarded me sullenly as I folded my wings across my back. I was braced for anything, or so I'd thought. Discord's response surprised me, though. "Not now, Celestia. I'm not in the mood." I blinked, surprised. I'd never seen Discord upset before. At least, not like this. He had his moods, certainly, but those typically range from amusement to annoyance. "I'd like to leave you alone, Discord, but you know I can't do that." "Celestia, I swear, if you two don't leave me alone, it's going to end badly for you both." I felt a chill as I realized that our ruse had already been uncovered. "Oh, yes," he said, seeing my surprise. "I can sense little Luna sneaking up behind me, bearing the other three elements. Did you think I wouldn't know?" "I was hoping you wouldn't, yes." "I'm not in the mood for games, Celestia." "Since when?" I asked. That was a mistake, one I regretted instantly as the enraged spirit of chaos spun to face me. I'd seen Discord angry before, or so I'd thought, but what I was witnessing now was an incandescent fury that I'd never expected to see from the ordinarily urbane spirit. "Since you put this leash on me!" he roared, and I stepped back, afraid for my life for the first time in a very long while. Discord's voice echoed down the mountainside, and here and there the stone cracked, falling down in random avalanches. "What?" I swallowed, trying to work some moisture back into my mouth. "What leash would that be?" "These infernal keepers of yours! Why did you do that?" The rage faded somewhat, and I was amazed to see pain. Could it be? I only wanted you to have company," I said, suddenly unfamiliar with the creature I was facing. I wasn't even sure if you were aware. "Oh, I was aware. Every single second of every day. And honestly, I could not have cared less for any of them. Any of them, except Sunny Meadows." "Ah, the last keeper," I said, then flinched as he glared at me. "Yes, the last, late keeper," he replied. I looked away from his face, and then something caught my eye. Clutched tightly in his eagle's talon was a bundle of papers. A mystery for another time, perhaps. "Why, Celestia?" "Why?" I repeated. "Why did you do that to me? Why did you give me servants, though I was entrapped in stone? Why do they die so quickly?" Ah, I said. In order to hide my surprise, I looked away towards the sky and saw Luna on her approach. I caught her eye and shook my head. Confused, but trusting me, Luna turned and banked away. It's the cost of immortality, Discord. Those who are mortal, no matter how long they may live, pass away before we truly get to know them. Then we spend the rest of our lives mourning them. It's not really worth it, then, is it? He said, as he held out his talon. A burst of fire, almost too bright to look at, consumed the letter in an eye blink. It's worth it, I replied. To me, at least. Oh? How so? Because the alternative is to never get to know them. Those lovely, wonderful, and above all, brief ponies would live their lives and die without us ever knowing them at all. We would deny ourselves the joy and the beauty of their time on this world, and our own lives would be the poorer for it. And because, well, they say that no pony truly dies while someone keeps them alive in their hearts. I stepped forward and bowed my head. And, as we are immortal, that means that those precious to us will never truly die. Discord let out a bark of what almost could have been laughter. That brings me surprisingly little comfort now, you know. I know, but it will get easier to bear. He grunted, then sighed. So what now? I asked him. What now? He repeated. Now, I spend some time thinking. Some idle reflection, listless contemplation. And once you are done thinking things over? Then we'll just have to wait and see. I am the spirit of chaos, after all. I see. Discord stood and stretched, then looked at me. Out of curiosity, Celestia, can you tell me what this emotion is? What The feeling hit me hard, streaming from Discord straight into my heart. It felt a little fierce, like anger, but also giddy, like joy. Happiness, protectiveness, fear, and courage. It had aspects of all of them, but it was made of none of them. It was its own emotion, and one I knew well. That, Discord, is love. He snorted with contempt. Love? No, I know love. I love chaos. I love the unexpected. I love... You enjoy those things, certainly, I interrupted. But you don't love them. You've felt this emotion, Discord? Yes. For sunny meadows. I see. That was beyond surprising, to say the least. And now I was beginning to understand his behavior. Then I am truly sorry for your loss. He simply stared at me. For over a minute, he stared at me. Then he snorted. A few last requests, Celestia. I'm listening. The grove. My grove. The keepers will tend to it, like Sunny did, for the rest of time. I may want to visit it from time to time. Granted, I said. Anything else? She gets a statue. Sunny Meadows? Yes. A big one. And make sure everyone knows that she's the only reason Canterlot isn't being flooded with hot fudge, or worse, at this very moment. Very well. I'll get my finest crafts ponies on it right away. Where would you like it? In the grove, of course. Don't ask silly questions. it will be done. And now? Now, I'm leaving. Like I said, I have some things to think about. Such as? I couldn't resist asking. Such as how chaos isn't any fun without order. And how order isn't any fun without a little bit of chaos? Well, perhaps more than a little bit, Celestia, he said with a grin. Farewell, until I see you again. Oh, and give your sister a kiss for me, would you? She was always my favorite. He disappeared in a puff of smoke that smelled lightly of cheese. Luna glided in and landed next to me. That went better than expected, I said. And that's when the entire mountain turned into a large shifting pile of rainbow-colored gumballs.
Yeah, so we got no picture of Luna. Oh well. Yeah, I'm feeling bad for Discord there. Alright, let me go ahead and pull up the last part and end this. It started in 3, 2, 1, start.
The place existed nowhere in rational space. It was created out of pure imagination and chaos, with just a smidge of order to give it structure. The barest amount, honestly. If one squinted just right, it could almost look like a grove of some kind.
I was gonna say, it looks like his
with a
grove.
large garden full of strangeness. Around the constantly shifting non-walls of the place were hung, draped, or propped up a variety of paintings, most of which were of a certain statue in a certain grove in Equestria. All of them were by the same artist.
Sunny.
All of them were of questionable skill, and none of them were signed. There was also a bookshelf that could be wherever you wanted it to be at a given moment. It was filled with notebooks, which contained hoof-written, one-of-a-kind stories that you would find nowhere else in any reality. The master of this place, who looked like everything and nothing all at once, at least when he wasn't concentrating on maintaining his appearance, reached into nowhere, pulled out an envelope, and a single piece of paper. He settled down and, once again, read what his friend had written to him. Dear Discord, well, the doctors say that this may be it for me. I didn't want to believe it, but it seems more and more like it's true. This cough isn't just a cough, it seems. I won't bore you with the details, but it doesn't seem likely that I'm getting back out of this bed for anything but my funeral. I wanted to say thank you. I know that probably sounds weird since you didn't have a choice and all, but honestly, I had a great time being a keeper. Tending the garden, cleaning your statue, writing my silly stories and making my terrible paintings. It was all just too much fun. I'm the luckiest pony in the world to have that job. I just wish my mom could have seen how lucky I was. And my foals being a part of it, well, that was just the icing on the cake, as it were. Winter and Cloud won't want to be keepers themselves, I know, but I'm pretty sure Summer will. She's my darling little girl, and I know she'll take great care of you. If I have any regrets, it's that this is happening before I have a chance to meet you, to see if what I did had any impact, made your stay even just a little bit more tolerable. It can't be fun, being trapped in stone. I hope I helped make that easier for you. I hope... Gosh, I really hope I didn't make it worse. If I did, and you ever get out, please don't blame the children for that. They're only following in my hoofsteps. I'm going to have to go soon, both figuratively and literally, haha. But I wanted to thank you again. I wish you all the best, Mr. Funnyface. And remember, a little bit of chaos is fun and special. A lot of chaos is just a big mess. I wish I could have seen you once again before the end. All my love, sunny meadows.
Alright, that was really good. I like how at the end he's still, like, it seems like he was most likely going to be reformed, but they didn't make it seem like he was just yet. Like they did in the show. They just instantly made him like that. I like that art. Can't wait to see what this song is. I still got about 3 minutes left of this. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is a pretty sweet story. I'm trying to remember all the keepers. I mean, obviously the first one was pretty nice. The second one was just a brat. Third one, Sunny, was obviously the best one. And then the last one, that one little filly who looked like Sunny, seemed pretty sweet as well. Not too sure about the other two. Well, he was stuck in that stone for about 4 lifetimes. It's pretty cool that they made it so that he was stuck in that stone until after all the elements of harmony died of old age. Cookie McGee.
Was The Keepers of Discord by Hoopy McGee. This happens to be one of my personal favorite fan fictions out of all that I've ever read. It was written before Keep Calm and Flutter On aired, and presents a very believable and even relatable transition for Discord's character. But far more than that, this story shows that even the most selfish, chaotic, and unfriendly characters are not beyond help. Sunny Meadows shows us that even the simple act of caring can have far greater effects on others than we may ever realize, and that even after passing away, such people can be an inspiration to others for many, many years to come. I hope that we can all remember that sometimes all you need is a little bit of kindness. I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.
All right. So that's another series down. So I recorded this one about the same time that I just finished up with Plenty Meets World. So that's two more down. So next I'm going to start up, after I do the next episode of Witchcraft and I do the first episode of My Little Portal, I'm going to start up Phoenix Wright, Turnabout Storm, and do the second Pony's the Anthology. So keep an eye out for that, probably next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.
I feel the pain so deep, it takes away my sleep. Took me by surprise, just realized your lies.